Breaking news. The day came when the Fire Prince returned from battle, his sword stained with the blood of enemies, his people chanting his name, their voices rising like the roar of waves. But in the halls of gold, where candles flickered and shadows danced, his brother plotted. A dagger was hidden in friendship, a smile sharpened into a weapon. The prince was offered wine, but in the cup lay venom, silent, waiting, patient like a snake. The prince drank, and the world spun. His vision blurred, his strength fell, and the throne that should have been his was stolen by treachery. Exiled into the wilderness, he crawled with broken breath. But the desert does not pity the fallen. It burns them, it tests them, and those who survive are forged into legends. The prince wandered, his lips cracked, his eyes hollow, yet in his chest a flame refused to die. Each night the stars whispered, "Rise, rise, rise," and so he did. He hunted with his bare hands. He drank from hidden springs. He listened to the wind until it spoke of strength. The desert taught him patience. The falcon taught him precision, and his own heart taught him rage. Years passed, and the boy became a warrior. The warrior became a storm. The storm became a shadow of vengeance. He gathered outcasts, men betrayed, men forgotten, men who had tasted the cruelty of false kings. They swore an oath beneath the bleeding moon, that they would not rest until justice rose, until the serpent's crown shattered into dust. The night of reckoning came. The city slept, unaware of the storm approaching. The gates trembled beneath the hooves of horses. The walls shook as fire spread like wings of dragons. The warrior prince returned, no longer a boy, no longer broken, but a flame made flesh. He stormed the throne room, where his brother sat draped in stolen silk, the crown heavy upon his deceitful head. "Brother," the serpent sneered, "you should have stayed dead." The warrior's eyes burned like the desert sun. "I did die," he answered, "but I was reborn in fire, and fire consumes snakes." The clash was thunder, steel against steel, rage against betrayal. The pillars trembled, the windows shattered, and even the moon hid behind clouds. The serpent struck with venom, but the warrior struck with truth. Every scar he bore, every tear he shed, every night he survived in exile, was in his blade. And with one final strike, the serpent fell, his crown rolling across the floor, its gold tainted by blood. The warrior lifted the crown, but he did not place it upon his head. He raised it to the sky instead, and swore that power would never again be built on betrayal. His people wept tears of fire and rain, their voices rising in thunder, chanting his name not as a king, but as a legend. In the beginning, when the desert was young, the wind carried whispers of kingdoms not yet risen, and the sands kept secrets of battles not yet fought. Beneath the eternal sky, where stars are like burning embers, the story of power and revenge was carved into the heart of time, etched by warriors who carried both love and hatred in their chests, and by rulers who learned that every crown shines with blood. Power was not just a throne, nor revenge only a blade. They were rivers flowing through the soul of man, sometimes gentle, sometimes furious, sometimes giving life, sometimes drowning it. And in this endless tale, the writer appeared, a man with eyes as sharp as falcons, with words as heavy as iron, with silence more terrifying than thunder. He was forged by fire, tempered by betrayal, raised not only to lead but to conquer, his destiny carved in scars and victories. He remembered the night his trust was shattered, the betrayal that fell upon him like a serpent's bite, when those he called brothers sold their loyalty to the shadows of greed. The dagger of treachery cut deeper than any sword, for it came from hands once held in friendship, and from that night his heart became a fortress. his spirit a battlefield, his oath a flame that swore, "Power shall be mine, and revenge shall be my shadow." The desert became his teacher. Its storms taught him patience. Its silence gave him wisdom. Its harshness carved him into steel. He learned that revenge is not taken in haste, but brewed like strong coffee, dark, bitter, and waiting for the right moment. He learned that power is not seized by force alone, but by vision, by timing, by the strength to stand unshaken when all else trembles. His enemies laughed when he rose again, thinking him broken, but they did not see the storm gathering in his eyes, for he carried not only the wounds of betrayal, but also the fire of destiny. Each step he took was like thunder over the dunes. Each breath was a drumbeat of war. The falcons circled above him as if guarding a secret. The horses neighed as if sensing his hunger. The desert itself bent before his will. And so the march began, not of armies alone, but of vengeance wrapped in patience, of power cloaked in silence. He built alliances like a craftsman shaping gold. He sowed fear in whispers long before swords were drawn. And when the time came, he struck, not as a man, but as a storm unleashed. The night of reckoning came. The moon watched in silence, its pale light falling upon blades unsheathed. The traitors stood in their stronghold, thinking stone walls would protect them. But walls cannot stop the hunger of revenge, nor can gates keep out the destiny written in stars. He rode at the front, his banner like fire, his soldiers behind him, their eyes burning with loyalty. The ground trembled with hooves, the air filled with cries of war, and in that moment, power wore his face.